Charizard EX is an insanely powerful card, there's no doubt about that, and everybody's been pairing it with Arceus VSTAR, but what if it didn't have to be that way? Today, I've built Charizard EX in a completely different way, with a couple of new support Pokemon, a couple of new attackers, and I think it's actually really strong, and most importantly, it doesn't have Arceus in it. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanting here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game online deck tech here on PTCG Live. But before we get into the list today, I want to say thank you so much to the sponsor of the channel, PTCGL Store. If you need codes, you know where to go. Head on over to ptcgostore.com, links in the description, and use code HITMON for 5% off your order. You get a good product for a good price, and it helps the channel in return, so I greatly appreciate it. Now, let's get on to the list. Today, we're playing Charizard EX, finally. I know I've been covering a lot of rogue decks recently, and now I'm going to be covering some Charizard finally, but this Charizard is different than all the other builds you'll see, and I'm going to explain why. Arceus VSTAR is really good, but you really are only getting that one Starbirth out of it, and then it's kind of a liability. Charizard EX has such high HP. Why not take advantage of that? Take advantage of the fact that you stop putting Pokemon on your bench that your opponent can easily one-hit KO. So I was like, let's remove Arceus from the equation and try and build a deck that's a lot more single prize focused and a lot more, you know, support, like different support Pokemon, but you don't, you'll see what I mean. Obviously, the star of the show here is Charizard EX. We have the Infernal Rain ability, which when you evolve it from your hand, you can search your deck for 3 basic energies, put them on your Pokemon in any way you like. And then Burning Darkness for 2 of those fire energies will do 180 damage, and this attack does 30 more for each prize card your opponent has taken. Now, we're rocking a 4-1-3 line of the Charizard. We're also using one Charmeleon in there, because Heat Tackle actually isn't that bad of an attack either, because 2 for 70 is okay. You can knock out Comfeys like with that. So if you ever really need a single prize attacker tried and true, Charmeleon is the one for you. But one of the big issues I find with Charizard is that it's almost never ever getting a turn 1 or a turn 2 knockout. Arceus are only going to do 200 damage. 200 damage doesn't take out things like Miraidon, doesn't take out things like Chien-Pao, so I've decided to play a 1 copy of Victini EX in here. Victini EX looks like bulk just right off the bat, but it has the Victory Flame attack for 2 fire, 1 colorless, and it does 220 damage. Well, wouldn't you know it? That's like the exact same attack as Miraidon EX. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. That's it. We have Miraidon EX for fire types, just with no good ability. I mean, Strafe is a decent enough attack if you start it and you're going second, and you want to switch into something that can get KO'd, so you can power up your Charizard basically. But Victini EX very strong in this deck. I do find myself genuinely winning games with Victini EX because now more people are starting to play grass to try and counter Charizard. You send up Victini EX and you just knock them out for free. Same reasoning behind Delphox V. Now, because we don't have another 2 prize liability in play, we can afford to play Delphox V in this deck, whereas, you know, we don't have another Pokemon that can get easily KO'd. If we either play the Delphox down, we take 2 prizes, we can have the Charizard in the back, which can't get easily KO'd. So if you're versing Lost Box, for example, and they go and use, Raikou to knock out Delphox V, if you go up with Charizard, neither Dragonite or Raikou or whoever can knock out Charizard EX in 1 shot, leaving you with to do more damage and have a higher HP, whereas Arceus is a Pokemon that can get easily KO'd, and there's still a couple of fighting Pokemon that are running around countering Arceus anyways. So I'm happy in the fact that you can play Delphox in this deck. The attack Magical Fire, 2 fire, 1 colorless, 120 to the active, 120 to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, and you have to put 2 energy attached in the Lost Zone. Very good late game closer, especially if you don't take any big knockouts in the beginning with Charizard, and I think it's actually a really solid card overall. We're also playing 1 copy of Manaphy to keep our little benched Pokemon safe. We're playing a 2-2 line of the Pidgeot EX because it's an incredible support Pokemon with that quick search ability, gets you 1 of anything. We're also playing 2 Mew to supplement that Starbirth in a sense with Mysterious Tail, so we can search for an item card from the top 6 cards of our deck and then find what we need there. And we're also playing a 1-1 line of Bibarel, which I find another issue with playing the Arceus version is that you don't have room for Bibarel because you're playing a bunch of Arceuses, so you're really, really vulnerable to Path. So that's the other big reason. Number 1, 2 prize liability. Number 2, very weak to Path. This deck is resistant to Iono Path, actually, because of that Bibarel. So I'm very, very happy with the Pokemon lineup. We're going to talk about the trainers really quick. We are playing 4 Iono ourselves because we really do want to disrupt our opponent once we get set up. On top of 2 Nest Ball, 4 VIP, 4 Ultra, because our setup is also very important. And we're also playing 1 copy of Artazon to help with that as as well. 2 Magma Basins today, too, because we're playing more fire attackers, so having Magma Basin in here does definitely help. We're also playing one of the Vengeful Punch Pokemon tool to help against Gardevoir, because they need to max out their Pokemon with damage counters in order to knock out Charizard. Then use that Vengeful Punch, and they get knocked out in return. We're also playing 4 Rare Candy, obviously. We also got 1 Super Rod, 1 Switch, 1 Escape Rope, and 2 Research, 3 Boss. That's the rest of our trainer lineup here, and it's been working out for me pretty well, I will say. Energy-wise, 11 Fire Energy in this deck, because the energy is so important here. The energy acceleration, you want to make sure you have energy in your deck to accelerate. So that's what those are in here. And with all it said and done, we're going to hop into some games. I'm very excited to play this list. So we're going to catch some dubs with Arceus list, Charizard EX. Our opponent's calling the coin flip. I actually think I'm playing against LDF right now. Real Little Dark Fury. So we're going to see if we can catch a cheeky dub. We're absolutely going to choose to go first here. And, you know, I'm getting nervous. I hope the deck performs. That's all. Just want to get a decent start. This is okay. It's actually not too shabby. We got the Pidgey. We got the Zard, Bibarel. Okay, we could do okay. Playing some sort of a Miraidon deck, which could actually be a little bit scary. We have VIP, so what I want to do is I want to VIP into Mew and Charmander, and then I want to switch into Mew, Mysterious Tail. See if we can get another VIP. That'd be ideal. Do get Rare Candy. Rare Candy's good. I'm glad to keep that. We'll attach to the Mew just to give ourselves a potential pivot next turn. Well, on the turn. Simple. Easy peasy. Now, yeah, there's a Zeraora, there's a Raikou, so there's going to be some sort of a Miraidon deck for sure. Hoping it's not a path, then I'll be sad. If he drops a path, I'm going to be really sad right here. But I'm guessing that the priority is going to be on setup. That's my guess. I'm guessing the priority is going to be on setup here because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on the bench. And probably might Force Seal some form of Miraidon, or he might elect to literally just Force Seal for a path and try and path. However, it's not the end of the world if we can get ourselves, like, if he doesn't have a super strong setup, yeah, I figured it would be the Miraidon. If he didn't have a super strong setup, I was just going to evolve into the Charizard anyway. Because depending on the Miraidon version, looking like it's going to be Path Miraidon, there's nothing that they can't KO it, and the chances that they're going to be able to boss it up is very slim. So I would take another turn to set up. But I'm just curious to see kind of how things go. There's Magnezone coming down, so they might try and Magnezone the Pidgey, which would be interesting. They're going to attach it to the Raikou, and there's a Path, which makes me sad for sure. And we're going to see what happens here. It might just be a pass for my opponent, but they do the research. So things are going well for them, not going too hot for us. If they don't get the knockout here, we could Mew, try and find ourselves Lost Vacuum. There's an Ultra Ball. I'm going to prepare. And now, honestly, if we can find our... Okay, they're just going to pass. So let's see if we top deck the stadium. That would be awesome. Get Research, which is not good. So we're going to Mysterious Tail to start. We're going to grab VIP. I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to Iono them anyway, so we'll just grab it, put it at the bottom of the deck. We're going to go for the Rare Candy anyways and attach to the Charizard. I don't want to take any chances here. Like, I want to take 0% chances. We're going to go for the Iono, and we're going to see what you know, what he decides to do. We do get the Pidgeot. We don't get the Rare Candy, though, and we do get the Path Bump. So I'm going to keep that for now. We'll grab Charmander. Is it worth grabbing Manaphy out of fear of this Magnezone? It's at the bottom of the deck. We really could grab Manaphy. Might not be the worst idea. Probably gonna be the best thing to do, but I also want to get Bidoof. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Bidoof here. And I'm going to pass. Yeah, that I figured there would be that path to the peak. Probably should have attached to the Charizard. At least I could have gotten a potential knockout. But this is okay. There's a generator. Hoping he hits 0. Let's go. And yeah, hopefully that path plus Miraidon is enough. the Magnezone, I'm less scared of the VSTAR power. So I didn't need Manaphy, I just wasn't really thinking. But even just the VSTAR in general, being able to do 180 damage is really rough because it has 270. So we can't one-shot it. And we'd prefer to have, or for our opponent to have a board that we can very easily one-shot. So I'm hoping, okay, he's going to start prepping the Magnezone. There's an Ultra Ball, so we could get the Magnezone VSTAR here if you really, really wanted to. Yeah, no VSTAR power coming from the Magnezone, but Magnetic Grip is like such a strong attack. So there's a Judge. The Judge is okay. We didn't really have a good hand anyways, so I'm fine with that. We don't need Path, or Path can stay in play right now. Yeah, we got a pretty strong hand to return, you know, to return things here. He's going to go into Miraidon and pass. Now, if we can find a Path Bump plus Zard, we're going to be chilling. So this is what I want to do here. Okay, we're going to evolve into Bibarel, absolutely. I think I want to Ultra Ball away the Rod and the energy. I want to keep Victini and try and surprise him. So what I think the best play, we're going to grab Charizard. First, we're going to go for the Industrious Incisors here. See if we can get the Path Bump. We do get the Path Bump. Now, if we can get the Rare Candy, we will be chilling. So we're going to see if we can find the Rare Candy off this Mysterious Tail. Really hope that we do. That would be awesome. We do find the Rare Candy. Okay, this is great. This is really, really solid. So now we can put Victini in play, and we can go Rare Candy into Charizard. Very nice. We can use Infernal Rain and grab 3 energy cards from the deck. We have 1 discard, so we're going to throw one of those onto the Victini afterwards. So we'll put this one on Charizard here. And then we can Magma Basin to the bench to Victini. And now we get to retreat, go into this Victini here. We also have Boss, so we realistically could boss up that Raikou. And I think that that's the play. I think we boss the Raikou up right here and just knock it out because it has energy on it. It's the only threat. So bring up the Raikou. And we'll... Do we put Vengeful Punch in play? Yeah, we put Vengeful Punch in play. And then we go for Victory Flame for 2 prize cards here. 220 damage, we take the 2 prize cards. And at this point, we're going to take these ones. And now, we're in a good spot. We have Iono in hand, so we're okay. Obviously, our aura is going to be promoted. We're in an okay, decent spot because Bibarel is down. So we can draw if we got Iono to a low hand anyway, because we had no cards in hand. If he wants to knock out Bibarel, yeah, he's going to go into Magnezone, but I don't know why. There's no VSTAR power access here. Forest Seal was already used. So I don't know. Potential misplay. Maybe he's trying to tank a turn. Maybe that's the goal here. He's gonna boss up my Charizard. Okay, that's interesting. And yeah, as you can see. Yeah, I figured that there was not gonna be an attack there. That's it. I'm gonna hop on the stream right now and just say hi. We get to call a coin flip here. Tails never fails, as I always say. And look at that. We're taking a big dub. We're absolutely going to choose to go first here, and we're going to see what our starting hand is. We're going to want to get a turn 1 knockout on a Chien-Pao. This is a pretty solid starting hand, I will say. Starting with Mew VIP Nest Ball. We have Charizard, so we just need to find a Rare Candy off this Mew for the next turn, and we'll be chilling. So Chien-Pao can't take a turn 1 knockout, even if they're playing Chien-Pao Palkia, which is basically Palkia with Chien-Pao to grab energies out of the deck. They can't take a knockout turn 1 either, so we're safe to bench our Victini. They start Lumineon as well, also a good sign for us. So we're going to see what we are up against here. Let's start with that VIP pass. We want to make sure Victini's in deck, so we're going to grab Charmander. We're going to grab Victini. And then we're going to Nest Ball for Bidoof, because we did check and make sure that it's in there. Absolutely want to grab that Bidoof on the bench. And now we'll go for a Mysterious Tail here, literally just hoping we can find a Rare Candy. We do find that Rare Candy, so we're going to be good to go next turn. We're basically all set up. We're literally just going to pass. That's it. Now, this setup seems a little underwhelming. I mean, we only got 3 bench Pokemon. We have the Bibarel in our hand. We have the Charmander on the bench to evolve into Charizard to power up Victini. Then we can switch, or we can even go in with Charizard at the beginning, even though I'd rather not. I'm hoping that they get a Chien-Pao down and they put it in the active, kind of unaware. They're playing an Artazon themselves, so that's going to be interesting. I mean, all this is also assuming that they're playing Chien-Pao. They might not be. Yeah, they are. There's the Frigibax. So we're going to see what else they get here. I'm really hoping we don't get Iono. I'm hoping that they go for the Irida. They're going to Lost Vacuum away the Artazon. They're not giving us anything for free here. And them getting rid of a Water Energy is also really good. And of course we get Iono. So 2 of our Charizards, our Bibarel, and our Rare Candy going to the bottom of the deck. We do get Ultra Balls here, but we don't have a Rare Candy, so we're really going to be hoping for Mew to find that for us. Because I don't want to have to research anything away. There comes the Battle VIP Pass. There comes another Battle VIP. Probably going to get that Chien-Pao if I were to take a guess. There's a Chien-Pao coming down. So I'm hoping they put the Chien-Pao into the active. That would be good for us. We really just need to find a Rare Candy off the Mew. They don't, so we can go into Lumineon, which we very well might. So this is how I want to do this. I think we can get the Rare Candy. I genuinely think we can get there. So I'm going to get rid of this Ultra Ball too. I'm going to grab... I could have kept that, but I'm going to grab the Charizard just in case. I'm going to attach... Actually, here, first we'll Artazon. First we'll go for the Artazon. We're going to grab that other Charmander. They also have Greninja in play, so I'm thinking we go for Manaphy first because we're trying to get Charizard EX up. Now let's go for Mysterious Tail. Hit that Rare Candy. That's my hope. We don't. We get the Ultra Ball, but that's not the end of the world. We can get Bibarel and try and get that Rare Candy here. So we're going all in. I think we're going to be able to do it this turn. We have a big research to go after. We didn't get it, eh? That really sucks. So I think what we'll do is we'll attach 2 Mew. We'll put a Vengeful Punch on the Victini. Yeah, we'll throw a Vengeful Punch there. And we'll research. We really need that Rare Candy Charizard here. We get the Rare Candy, but no Charizard after all. So from here, I just want to pass. That's a very unfortunate turn for us. We are down 3 Ultra Balls, I believe. Yeah, that was painful. I won't lie. That was actually really, really painful to not get that Charizard out. However, it's okay. We might not even need to use Victini because we're going to be able to get Charizard out the next turn. Here comes an Avery from our opponent, and Avery is really scary because we can get rid of Victini, Bibarel, or Manaphy. Probably going to get rid of Victini, unfortunately, because we can just rod it back. We can play our Super Rod, get the Victini back into play. They also didn't bench Manaphy, which means it's very good for us because we can utilize our Delphox and try and do a boss Frigibax KO play. Depending, Bibarel is just way too important for us to have right now. We really, really need it in play. So let's see what we can grab off of Mew here in this next turn. They might not have anything either. It might just be a game. Yeah, it might just be a game of who gets the attack off first. Another Fire Energy isn't exactly what we need, but we're going to go for an Artazon here and grab ourselves another Charmander, no doubt. At least it's something to power up. We're going to go for this Mysterious Tail. See, do I want to risk the Mysterious Tail to find 1 Ultra Ball? I genuinely don't think so. I think I'd rather go for the Iono first. Try and hit the Charizard, then we try and find our missing piece. I think that's just makes more sense. We do get a Rare Candy. We do get the Charizard. Okay, so we did it. And we have Delphox as well. Now, okay, that would have been literally the perfect combo, but we don't have it going. So I want to go into the Zard. And we're going to use the Infernal Rain here. I'm going to take 3 energy, 2 left in deck. Important to note, we can power up the Zard, power up Charmander. And we have Delphox in hand, which is going to be good. So we can also attach to this Charmander. Go for a Bibarel here. Hoping that they try and target something on the bench. That's my goal. My goal is actually that they boss KO something. We can also Mysterious Tail here too, which is really good. We get Escape Rope. Escape Rope might be even better. If I knew we had Escape Rope. No. We're going to save the Escape Rope. We're going to retreat right into Charizard. And we're doing 180, so that's good. We're going to do 180, Burning Darkness, take the knockout Lumineon. And now we're going to force them to either take out one of our bench Pokemon. Yeah, that's going to be it. They're going to go for the Chien-Pao. It's going to be challenging for them, I think, to get to 6 energies on board this turn, because they don't have anything in the Lost Zone. They have Rare Candy backs, that's fine, that's well and good. If they have Rare Candy Pidgeot, they can get themselves an Irida for Rare Candy backs, but then what? They need to find 6 energy this turn. Doesn't look like they have another Chien-Pao, so they're probably going to go for a Moonlight Shuriken here. No Palkia in play, so there's no Palkia play that can be made. And if they don't bench Manaphy, and like for example, if they quick search, I honestly don't know what they're going to do here, I'm not going to lie. If they go for a quick search play and find boss and just boss KO Manaphy preparing to rating Greninja the next turn, then I'm going to go really hard and try and find a Delphox play. No Manaphy. I'm really going to try and find a Delphox play here, probably targeting the Pidgeot and a Frigibax or something along those lines. I mean, granted, if they don't get the Rare Candy backs down, which they should, they have Quick Search Pidgeot. They can just find an Irida, and then they should be good to go. But if they don't find that, then I'm thinking that the best line here is going to be to you just hit something that'll make it easier for us to knock out later in the game, like this Pidgeot. We do play 3 boss in here, which is good because a lot of decks will only play 2. There comes that quick search. So the 3rd boss is usually a surprise to your opponent, especially when you get Pidgeot online and you're just like, okay, quick search for boss, quick search for boss. And the game kind of becomes easy at that point. So I'm curious what they get here, because I don't know, seems like they're taking a lot of time to think about their hand. We got a pretty solid hand here too. They might opt to Iono us to 4, also an option. Thankfully, that's where Bibarel will come in and we'll get to draw an extra card, especially if we have other cards that we'll discard or other cards we can play down, such as energies. So I'm curious what they got off the quick search here. I would bet that it's Irida. Or the other piece, there's a Rare Candy Baxcalibur that they got. So now they're able to pull off an attack on our Charizard. See, this is the bad thing though. We can't knock out this Chien-Pao because our Victini's in the discard pile. So if we're able to find Rare Candy like relatively soon, we can get Pidgeot, we can Rare Candy, but we need another like basic search like card. So we're gonna have to see what we draw here. Might be a good time to escape rope into Mew, because we're only down 1 Rare Candy. We're down 3 Ultra Ball, 1 Nest Ball though. That's the bit of a challenge. Here's the Irida, so they're probably gonna get the 2nd Baxcalibur online, which is fine. We don't even like, it doesn't really matter because we're just gonna try and do 2 knockouts on what's it called, on these basic EXs. I'm gonna try and take out Chien-Pao, and that's gonna be the game. If they opt to get another Rare Candy Baxcalibur, then like there's no point in targeting them down. They just wasted more of their bench space. Delphox, we don't even need it to be played anymore. I did not check though that we have in deck that we have a Rod in deck. I should have checked that before talking about the play so much. Oops, don't want to look at that. I just want to look over here. I know we didn't discard it, so that's good. And we have Ultra Ball, so we need to get one of our pieces. We have Escape Rope to go into Mew, and then Mew to help us find the other piece potentially. So we'll see what we do here. We have Escape Rope boss, so we can bring up a Chien-Pao, but okay, they have 1 energy discarded. I know for sure they have 1 in hand. Is it even worth attaching? Probably not. They might even just leave this here because there's no reason to, like, there's absolutely 0 reason to start attaching unless they have like damage. If they have damage, it's different, but if they're just gonna attach for no reason, then that's a little bit of an issue if you ask me. Now, I am curious if this deck, our opponent's deck, is going to be playing cross switchers. They have 2 energy, so they're going to be able to attack us, which is good for them. But yeah, as I was saying, it would be nice to be able to mitigate the use of a cross switcher here, because a cross switcher play could be really tough if they target out our Manaphy, cloned it, took out Charmander and Pidgey, but that doesn't matter. They don't have it because they started attaching to Chien-Pao. So we're going to see what they do. I'm guessing they're just going to Hail Blade. That's what would make sense to me. Just you Hail Blade for 120. Next turn, you Retrieval, and then you Shivery Chill, and then you just do it again and knock out the Charizard. But times like this where they can't take a big one-hit KO is the times that you need to strike. We get Nest Ball, which is actually very, very crucial. But they didn't take a KO, so we have no bench space for Victini. So the best play here, I'm going to actually go for the Escape Rope and see what they bring up. because we could boss up a Baxcalibur. That could be a line that we can do. They're gonna bring Greninja up, so I'm gonna bring Mew, and I want to Ultra Ball here, get rid of Mew and Nest Ball, and we'll grab Pidgeot because I do want to get the Pidgeot in play. So can we hopefully find a rare candy off of this mysterious tail? We don't. We find Switch, which isn't too bad, but also not too great. We do have Boss, so we can boss Baxcalibur. I'm thinking that's what I want to do here. We'll retreat our Mew with that fire energy. We'll go into Zard, and I do want to boss the Bax. Yeah. Do want to boss the Bax here. Like, there's no point in hitting into any of those. It's just, I want to take a prize card so we have more cards to work with. Then if they don't find enough energy to KO, then we can just try and hopefully go for a quick search. Speaking of, we can try and go for a quick search and get the other Baxcalibur. Or even if they get a another Frigibax, which they probably will right here, we can go for that with a Delphox play, and then just prep Pidgeot to get knocked out to set up a checkmate scenario where we might be able to, you know, we can just win the game faster. I'll put it that way. They did do the Shivery Chill, so they have minimum 2 energy. If they retrieval, they have 3 energy, which is going to be enough to knock us out, which is what they might be quick searching for. Now, I bet money that we're going to see that. I bet money we're going to see that a retrieval come down right now. They only need 4 energy. Oh, they're going to go for the boss's orders. That is very interesting. Gonna boss the bench Charmander. That is super interesting. Now, we only do 210, I believe, which is a bit of a shame. We don't knock out Chien-Pao yet. So, we're going to need to try and go for a Rod Victini play here. We're definitely going to need to try and do that. And then if we can do that, we've basically secured the game. We can't even go for a Rod Victini play because of the Delphox, or because this Charmander's knocked out. There's a retrieval. Okay, I think the best hope here, they're going to get 4 energy back, I believe. I think the best hope is we just target the Bax and set up another Charmander, and then after they take another KO, we just try and use our 3rd boss on something else. I think that's the play here. There's the 4 energy. They only got to discard 1. Yeah, we're only doing 210 with the Zard, so that's a bit annoying. We did get rid of our Vengeful Punch. I probably should have put that on Charmander in hindsight, but that's okay. So now, yeah, we're going to need to find a way to get that back, which we can as long as we find a rare candy here. Or we can just top deck boss, that works too. We get Rod, which is good. I do like Rod here, but not getting another basic down is rough. So this is how we're going to play it. We're going to go for the Rod. We're going to get back Zard, Victini, and Energy. Actually, we have another Zard. Never mind. We're going to get back Victini and 2 energy, because Victini can come in clutch. We're going to get Delphox down. And we're going to Magma Basin to the Delphox and attach to it, so we can set up a scenario, one where we can use Bibarel. And we're going to go for this switch. We're going to go for this boss on the Baxcalibur, because the last time I checked, we're only doing 210. We can't even take out these Chien-Paos. So we're going to grab this Baxcalibur, make their life as hard as possible. Here's Industrious Incisors that I know we're going to find a rare candy off. Never mind. And now we're just going to Burning Darkness and take the KO. And we get to take 1 more prize. So now we only need to take 1 KO on a 2-prizer. There's a rare candy, which is good to grab us Pidgeot. And now we're just going to have to wait and see. We have 4 energy in the discard pile, which is good. They're undeniably knocking out this Charizard right here, even if they don't find backs, because they literally just need to attach from hand. It seems like that's the only energy they have in deck, though, which would be a shame. And now getting Baxcalibur should be easy because of the Chien-Pao. So we just need to set up a board where we're going to be able to take a knockout any turn of the game, which we can as long as we put down, as long as we attack with Delphox and put down Charmander, we should be fine. But I don't know. There comes the rare candy Bax. So they have another Bax. What we could try and do alternatively is boss that Bax and just knock it out immediately, because most Chien-Paos are only going to be playing a 3-3 line of Baxcalibur. So if we can get that done, then we might be able to pull through here. But again, Delphox being here means that we didn't have enough bench space to bench the other Pokemon. So no knockout from us coming this turn, but that's okay. They're gonna retrieve, we'll get back the energy. I'm guessing they're gonna start overcommitting them, but what we need to do is, even we can maybe boss Greninja and put damage on it. Yeah, I don't know. We could go for an Eerie Glow play with Delphox too. We go for an Eerie Glow and we start doing chip damage onto a Pokemon. We confuse it if we want to do that on the Chien-Pao. We could do that and force them to find a retreat card off of their Pidgeotto, or off of their Pidgeot, and if they don't have a way to get their energy back, they don't take a big KO. Oh! Did they miscalculate? Or was that done on purpose? Maybe that was done on purpose. Anyway, here comes our Rare Candy Pidgeot. That's interesting. I don't know if they miscalculated or did that for a reason. Okay. We're in a quick search here. And I don't know exactly what we want to find. We find boss, we take out their backs. We should, in theory, just win, right? I think so. Or we just hit into Chien-Pao. Yeah, I think that's better. We hit into Chien-Pao, and if they don't find Manaphy, we win. I think that's a better play. So we're gonna grab Magma Basin so we can power up Delphox here. So we're gonna Magma Basin right now. It takes extra damage, but that's not gonna matter ever. And then we Burning Darkness for 210. Okay, that's fine. That actually saves us a little bit. Because now they can't bench Manaphy, and we just go up with Delphox and we win. They take out Pidgeot, we win. They take out Delphox, we win. Because we can Pidgeot for boss and use Delphox. They put down Manaphy and take out Charizard and switch somehow. We don't win this turn, but I don't see how they're going to be able to do that, to be honest, with a 3-card hand. They do have Pidgeot EX, so they could just fish for Iono or Research and make things harder, but we do have our Bibarel to stop Iono from absolutely making us lose the game. I don't make the rules, I just make the deck. I don't know what to tell you. So we're going to see what they grab here. I should have seen that line a lot sooner. Just prepare a Chien-Pao. Whoop. Hey, it's working out for us now. They could possibly have done that earlier, expecting us to boss KO backs or to target it down. But yeah, they're going to retreat here into this other Chien-Pao. I don't think they have any energy in deck though. So if they found the Manaphy, then they could potentially prevent a win, but we have Pidgeot anyway, so we just use Pidgeot to boss. There's a retrieval. That could be their plays. They just try and take out Charizard. And find Manaphy, if that's what they did. I don't know though. I really don't know what their line was here. But you know what? That's okay. We're winning. We're taking dubs here. You know, Chien-Pao is usually a bad matchup for Charizard because they can go for Greninja, and then if they get Greninja off turn 2 and you go second, you just lose, like literally. So here is the Super Calls coming out, and they're going to start powering up their Chien-Pao in the active. They have 3 energies in play. They only need to discard 1 now. If they discarded a 1 extra energy, they would have been okay. Here's an Ultra Ball. Is the Manaphy going to come into play here? It is. All right, so that makes sense. But as long as there's no hand disruption, even if there is hand disruption, we should have our other boss in deck. Should be good to go. I'm going to lead Pidgeot anyway just to be safe because you never know. There's no point in leading Mew because you don't want to get this Mew trapped in the active. We don't really need Mysterious Tail right now, so we're going to lead the Pidgeot. We literally, all right, we see if we win the game now or later off the quick search. So let's quick search and see. There's our boss. All right, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We just retreat into the Delphox V. We boss his orders this Chien-Pao EX and Magical Fire 120 for the knockout. We can hit this Manaphy because it will be blocked. And we take our final 2 prizes of the game and we take the dub against Chien-Pao EX. I mean, a little bit of misplays here and there, but you know what? It worked out in the end. We get to call a coin flip. Tails never fails, is what I always say. Except for now. Now, Tails has failed this. But that's okay. Our opponent got heads. And they're going to choose whether to go first or not. So we're going to take a peek and see what exactly, what exactly we're playing against here. So I'm curious to... Curious to see. Would have been actually a really solid hand if we had a basic, normal type sleeves. So we're gonna see what we're working with. This is an incredible hand. I love this. See, this is why I love this deck, is because even if you didn't have one of these pieces, if you just had the Mew, we'd be chilling anyway. And our opponent's playing Meowscarada EX. Now, this is where two cards in this deck really shine. It's the Delphox and Victini. Delphox and Victini are absolute gold against these against these fire weak decks. I was gonna say these fire type decks, but I'm a fire type deck. They're going for the Ultra Ball, getting rid of Ultra Ball and Rare Candy, so they're probably gonna try and grab. They must have a really weak setup hand. Yeah, they want to grab that Pidgey. And if they're getting rid of Ultra Balls like that, they gotta have Arceus VSTAR in hand. So I'm hoping we top deck Iono. Get Victini, okay. Alright, not bad. So, alright, we're gonna VIP first. We're gonna grab Charmander and Bidoof. We have Pidgey in there as well. Okay. So we got Charmander and Bidoof. We have our Pidgey here, so we're gonna drop that Pidgey. We're gonna go for the Nest Ball. And this is what I want to do. I want to Nest Ball, probably grab another Charmander just to be safe. I think that's the play. No point in getting Delphox right now. And now let's go for the Mysterious Tail. See if we can find anything. We have VIP. Rare Candy is way better in this situation. Because, see, yeah, I was hoping to get an escape rope and then begin, schmoovin', as they say. But I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to leave Victini in the hand. So I'll put this Fire Energy on Mew. And we're going to leave it at that, just so we have a potential pivot option. Like I said, don't want to put Victini down just yet, because I don't want it to get boss KO'd. I knew they had the Arceus VSTAR in hand. They have double turbo, so they have an attack. If they just attack this Mew, that's okay. They're going for big research as well, so no boss. Would have been fine. But we're going to be okay, because we have this Mew. Oh, they got the Pidgeot too, dang. They probably have another Rare Candy Meowscarada in hand with Capturing Aroma. Anyway, as I was saying, I put the Rare Candy on Mew. Fire Energy. Put the Fire Energy on Mew. Because Fire Energy on Mew means if it gets knocked out, we have Infernal Rain. So we can power up Victini. Or we can power up 2 on Victini, 1 on another Pokemon. Magma Basin 2 Victini. So we can switch and attack. That's the game plan here. But there's not too much we can do about that right now. And I still think Victini's probably the way to go here. But we don't want it in KO range of the Arceus VSTAR. That's the thing. But here's the Meowscarada coming down. So... okay, all right, let's think about this. If we're able to get a, somehow, some way, if we are able to get ourselves a boss, we're chilling. And I just want to keep in mind, they did all of that without Starbirth, which is absolutely wild. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, this Pidgeot it's already used Quick Search, so they can't do that anymore, but now they have the Arceus VSTAR in play and ready to go. So I'm just kind of curious what they're gonna do. There's the Nest Ball. They're likely gonna grab Alakazam. I'm thinking that's the play. Probably they're gonna get a Grass Energy so they can prepare. Maybe another Sprigatito. Okay, they can always grab the Alakazam whenever they need. Oh, they have a double Nest Ball. So here's the Alakazam for sure. Yeah. So that Alakazam needs to go because they can just Bouquet Magic and then move a damage counter to our Charizard, and then they can just hit it for a bunch of damage. But they're going to attach to Arceus, giving it the option to do 200 damage after it retreats and switches back in. So not too shabby. Here we still lead Charmander, I believe. I think that's always the play. We get Iono. I mean, there's no possible way. So, okay, we're going to do this. We get Iono, so we're going to try and disrupt them anyway. We're going to Rare Candy Zard over here. And Infernal Rain. Yes. 1, 2, 3. do 1, 2, and 3. Now, as long as we get a fire energy, we're okay. I don't want to Magma Basin into this. I don't want to. Okay, we get the fire energy, we're good. We get Bibarel as well, which is actually really, really solid. So we got our fire energy. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away these 2 Ultra Balls and just grab... Could I grab Delphox here? I should grab Delphox here for sure. Okay, I'm gonna grab Delphox. Now, Delphox coming down. I'm gonna Bibarel for 4 cards, and we're gonna see we get another rare candy, which means we can go into Pidgeot here and we can grab something else. Okay, they got the nuts, we got the nuts too for sure. So we're gonna quick search here, and we're gonna see what are we less likely of getting. We could just grab Charmeleon. I think that's an acceptable answer. We just grab the Charmeleon, and then we just grab Charizard next turn, because we're pretty set up right now. So I think we just grab the Charmeleon and just guarantee the Zard next turn. Yeah, so we're going to retreat into Victini. I'm going to put down Charmeleon. We have Boss as well, which is good. So we can boss something up and take advantage of it with Delphox. So we'll put 1 energy here. It's going to be tough for them to KO this Victini. Again, not impossible, just tough. But Victory Flame coming out, very good. So we got a lot of damage on the board, more than we would have done with Charizard, which is good. You know, it's only going to take 80 to KO them. So, it's only going to take 60 to KO them. We could KO them with Charmeleon if we really wanted to as well. That's why that's good to have in here. So, we might actually go for the KO with Charmeleon if they don't get knockout on here. Because if we Iono them into a dead hand, they're going for the Ultra Ball. No rope. So I'm guessing they're just trying to thin. Unless they have another rare candy, or they're just going to go for Pidgeot rare candy. Oh, they have Colress, okay. So they have Colress, no hand disruption on our part, no boss on our part, which is good. That's what we want. They're trying to find a grass energy plus an attachment here. And that's okay. That should be easy for them to get. They got the rare candy Meowscarada, but they needed a grass energy and attachment. Did they get them? That's my thing. If they still go for an attack with Arceus, or they could alternatively retreat Arceus and switch back into it. That's also a possibility. And that would be a bit tough, but then I think we just try and go up with Delphox and take the knockout anyway. There's Artazon, not mattering too much. And now they might just go for the attack with Arceus. If they go for the attack with Arceus, I'm actually going to be very happy. I won't lie to you. I'm going to be a joyous fella if that happens. Because we could boss... They're going to Painful Spoons... Okay. Oh, they have Painful Spoons anyways. Oh, I didn't even think of that. You just literally move 1 damage counter, and they have KO. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. I won't lie. Okay, so now our opponent knocked out our Victini. We're gonna lead with the Pidgeot because at least at that point we have a free retreat card cost. We get the Charizard off the top. Now, a little scary, but we can even the prize trade here with Delphox. So I think we're going to do that. We have 4 energy, counted 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for Artazon first. Just take a peek at what is available to us. We don't want to grab anything here, mind you. Got 4 energy in deck. Okay, that's fine. That's all we want. So we're going to Infernal Rain here. And I'm going to use it. Grab 3 energies. Put 1 on Delphox, 1 on Zard, 1 on Zard. We have an energy to attach in hand. We do this, and then we go for the Bibarel. There's nothing that we quite want to boss just yet, so do we even use it? Do we probably go for the Iono here anyways, right? We probably just go for the Iono. So we're gonna quick search, and we're gonna go for the Iono. I think that's what makes the most sense. And here's the Iono coming down. And we're going to Iono to 3 so they can have less options. We got Nest Ball, we got Pidgey. Okay, so I don't want to bench the Charmander because then they can just knock it out. I will put Vengeful Punch on Delphox though. Absolutely, I'm going to do that. And now what we can do is just retreat into Delphox. And we can Magical Fire. And we're going to be evening up the prize trade here. Only 120, so we can't take out Radiant Alakazam, but we can take out that Vengeful Orgato. And basically that puts us to only needing to knock out a EX and a single Charizard, which we can absolutely do. Yeah, so we did prize 2 Charmanders, which I didn't even check for. Probably should have. But what I was really looking for was the Rod. I really wanted to find Rod so we could potentially get Victini back online, because Victini's the only thing that can win us this game here. They're going for the Artazon. Like, they're getting Manaphy. Okay, they're getting Manaphy, which actually does make our job a lot easier. However, they take the 2 prize cards here. We can hit them really hard with Zard. And I'm actually low-key hoping that they take the 2 prize cards here, because that activates Vengeful Punch. We can one-shot them with Zard. If they don't have a return, then we should just win the game. So, alternatively, we could try and boss up Pidgeot. They have superior energy retrieval, though, so which definitely makes me want to do Iono. Definitely makes me want to Iono them. There's a Bouquet Magic. So they're going to Bouquet Magic that Zard, which is a pain. They're gonna have to move some damage off one of the Zards though. And okay, let's think about this, right? Yeah, that's really unfortunate for us. And they have boss too? Oh, that's bad. The boss is bad, yeah. The boss is really tough to deal with, okay. Yeah, so they have that boss. Now what we could do, trying to figure out the Charizard. We could go up with Delphox, but that's not going to do anything. So we got to play this like real strategic. I don't know if it's possible for us to win the game here. Okay, we have boss, but we don't. It's not going to do anything for us because they can just KO this Zard. We have to KO Meowscarada here. We're doing. I believe we're doing enough. I believe. Are we only doing 300? Hold on. It took 5. No, I think we're doing enough. I'm not going to do the math. We're not going to do the math. Screw that. So, okay, we're going to have to Iono them to 1 here. If we have an Iono in deck, I hope we do. We do have an Iono in deck. We have 2 energies. We need to hit an energy off of our Iono. I believe we can do it. I'm a believer that we can do it. So we're going to go for this big Iono here. And we're going to see what we get. Don't get an energy, so we're gonna literally have to bench this Manaphy and go for the Bibarel. We need to find this energy. If we don't find this energy, we're so screwed. Okay, thankfully we found the energy. So we find our energy here, and we're gonna retreat into Charizard. I hope it does enough damage. It does. Okay, we're good. Now, do I want to use Magma Basin? And I don't want to prep anything on the bench, because if they find boss, they just win. I mean, I don't think it's actually possible for us to win anyway, but it's okay. We're gonna burn Deckers for 330 because literally all they need to do is quick search and find a energy. So they did kind of checkmate us in a way, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think this has been a good showcase of the deck. They're going to Pidgeot. They literally just need a quick search for a double turbo. If it's their last 1 prize, we might be chilling. Oh, of course they just had it in their hand. That's okay. It happens to the best of us when you're in a weakness deck and you can't use your bulk. It's fine. That's okay. I can concede that. It was a good game though. I think we played our cards right, and if we were able to get the maximum use out of Victini, we could have actually won the game if we could one-shot a Meowscarada. So I don't think the cards fell in our favor, but you know what? Definitely a good game nonetheless. So what did you think of my Charizard EX deck? I think this deck is so much fun to play. I would very much so rather play this version than the version with Arceus. Personally, I know Arceus is very strong and has its strong moments. It also has its weaknesses too, as does this deck. This deck, I feel, does really well at setting up consistently. But at the end of the day, it still has some of the same Charizard problems, such as, like, even when we have Victini and we have Delphox, sometimes the cards just don't align because, excuse me, you still need a lot. So you can't get that first turn attack off, and it just makes things a little bit harder for you. But anyways, I think the deck is actually really solid. Right now, wouldn't change much about it. I think Vengeful Punch is like, might feel like it's not worth it in here, but when you consider that this is literally only for Gardevoir, it doesn't have any other purpose other than almost winning you the Gardevoir matchup, I will say that, then I think Vengeful Punch is really, really strong in this deck. I like the stadium count, I like the item count. We only need 1 switch, 1 rope, because we have the attachment from Infernal Rain. 11 energy is good. Yeah, I really love this deck. I think that this deck has a lot of potential to do well. I think Charizard's a really good card. It's a really fun card, and I think that it can go crazy, as they say. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below, what did you think of my Charizard EX deck? What did you like, what did you dislike, what would you keep, and what would you change? And subscribe to the channel because I'm posting multiple Pokemon trading card game videos every single week here on the channel. And, you know, second shout out to the sponsor, PTCGL Store. If you check them out in the description, use code HITMON, you're gonna get 5% off your order, which is amazing. And as I said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hitmonchanting. Out.